Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to improve your English speaking skills, pronunciation and fluency, you're in the right place. Podcast Episode 2. Welcome to this transformational journey. Today, we will unlock the true force that separates those who dream from those who do. It's not genius, it's not luck, it's not even hard work, although that plays a role. The true driver of long-term success is consistency. Yes, consistency, the art of showing up again and again, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. In this video deep dive, we'll dissect consistency from every angle. By the end, you'll understand it intellectually, emotionally, and practically. This lecture will change the way you approach your goals, habits, and identity. The true meaning of consistency. Consistency is not doing something once. It's not even doing it for a week. It's the daily decision to recommit. It's showing up when the excitement wears off. What's consistency? Consistency is the unshakable habit of doing what matters most, regularly, regardless of mood, weather, motivation, or circumstances. What it's not. Perfection. Routine for the sake of routine. Blind repetition. What it's not. Perfection. Routine for the sake of routine. Blind repetition. What it is. Strategic repetition. Building long-term momentum. Investing small actions with huge returns. Think of a dripping tap. One drop is small, but over time it fills a bucket. That bucket can become a flood. That's the compound power of consistency. Consistency versus talent. Talent gives you a head start. Consistency wins the race. The world is full of gifted people who never made it because they weren't consistent. And it's also full of average people who became world-class because they just showed up. Stephen King, the relentless writer. Stephen King, one of the most successful authors in modern history, has published over 65 novels, many of which have become bestsellers and major films. But the secret behind his success is not just storytelling talent, it's his unshakable consistency. Daily discipline. Stephen King writes 2,000 words every single day, even on holidays, birthdays, and weekends. Routine over motivation. He doesn't wait for inspiration. He starts work at the same time each morning, sits at his desk and writes until he hits his target. Compounding output. At 2,000 words per day, that's about 700,000 words a year, the equivalent of 7 full novels. What this teaches us. Talent gives you potential, but writing every single day, even when you don't feel like it, builds a body of work. Consistency is what allowed King to master his craft and create a legendary career. Kobe Bryant, obsessed with repetition. I'll do whatever it takes to win games, whether it's sitting on a bench, waving a towel, handing a cup of water to a teammate, or hitting the game-winning shot. Kobe Bryant wasn't just talented, he was known for having a legendary work ethic and commitment to consistent practice. Kobe would show up at the gym at 4 a.m., hours before team practice started. Hundreds of shots daily. He would take hundreds of jump shots before others even arrived. No excuses. Injured or tired, he still trained, even when he had games later in the day. Obsessive refinement. He would spend hours repeating one specific move until it became instinctual. Kobe believed in the power of microscopic improvement, that even a 1% gain every day would make him unbeatable over time. His consistent grind created confidence, muscle memory, and an unstoppable mindset. J.K. Rowling, writing through rejection. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, J.K. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare, struggling with depression, and often writing in cafes because she couldn't afford heating. Daily writing. She wrote parts of the first Harry Potter manuscript every single day, often while her baby slept beside her. Rejections. Her book was rejected by 12 publishers before it was finally accepted. No fame overnight. She didn't become successful in a day. It took years of writing, refining, and pushing forward despite setbacks. Why she succeeded. Rowling's success was born from her daily habit of writing, even when her life was falling apart. She kept writing consistently, with no promise of reward, driven by her love for storytelling and the discipline to finish. Key takeaway: consistency is bigger than talent. Each of these individuals had talent, but what set them apart was their discipline to show up every single day. They practiced long after motivation faded. They improved through repetition and perseverance. They understood that mastery is built in silence, not in bursts of inspiration. If you want to succeed like them, don't wait to feel ready, just start. Be consistent. Let the results compound. Every consistent action is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. If you write every day, you're a writer. If you exercise daily, you're an athlete. If you speak English daily, you're becoming fluent. It's not the result that builds identity, it's the process. Your identity equals your repeated actions. What does this mean? Your identity is not just something you're born with or something you declare. It's formed and reinforced by what you do consistently, not occasionally. Every time you act, especially repeatedly, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you are. If you go to the gym today, you are casting a vote for being a healthy person. If you write one page, you are casting a vote for being a writer. Inspired by James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, Don't chase results, chase the person who creates results. Why results-based thinking fails. It focuses only on the outcome, for example, losing 10 kilograms. It often leads to temporary action, dieting hard for 2 weeks. When you hit your goal or fail to hit it, you stop acting. Identity-based thinking is powerful because it's internal and long-term. It's about the kind of person you want to be, not just what you want to have. When your identity changes, your behavior automatically aligns with it. Examples of identity shift. Let's compare old thinking, result-based. I want to lose weight. I want to speak English fluently. I want to be successful. These sound like wishes. They depend on motivation or luck. New thinking, identity-based. I am someone who moves every day. I am someone who practices English daily. I am someone who adds value and shows up. These are statements of action and identity. They lead to consistent behavior. Identity anchoring technique. This is where the real magic happens. How it works. Choose a consistent behavior you want to build. Extramating reading, working out, meditating, speaking English. Frame it into an identity statement. I am the kind of person who, in the habit. Repeat this every morning and before bed. Extramating it is actually loud, or repeat in a journal. Back it up with small daily action. Extramating is just 1 minute of action proves it. New thinking, identity-based, extramating. I am someone who moves every day. I am someone who practices English daily. I am someone who adds value and shows up. These are statements of action and identity. They lead to consistent behavior. Real-life anchoring examples. Learning. I am the kind of person who learns something new every day. Exclamating. Read one page or listen to one podcast clip daily. Health. I am the kind of person who cares for my body. Exclamating. Take a 10-minute walk after meals.
How it works. Language learning.
I am the kind of person who speaks English daily. Use the shadowing technique for 5 minutes every day. Mindfulness. I am the kind of person who stays calm and focused. Meditate or journal for 2 minutes each morning. Why this works long term. It shifts your behavior from trying to being. It eliminates the need for constant motivation. It builds integrity and self-trust. Your confidence increases because you're living your values. Final thought. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, and your identity is your system's foundation. The science of habits and consistency. Your brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid effort. That's why consistency feels unnatural at first. But with repetition, the brain builds new pathways. Neuroscience fact. Habits form through the process of cue, routine, and reward. Repeating this loop carves mental grooves that automate behavior. How to hack this? Cue. Trigger your habit. For example, brush teeth. Cue to journal. Routine. Perform the task. Reward. Give yourself a small dopamine hit. Checkmark, praise, chocolate. Stacking habits. Pair new habits with old ones. Example, after lunch, walk for 5 minutes. After work, review your goals. The 5 pillars of consistency. Let's break down a system to stay consistent. Clarity. Know what to be consistent with. Set 1 to 2 core habits. Simplicity. Start small. Small wins snowball into big gains. Tracking. Use journals, apps, or visual calendars. Accountability. Involve friends, mentors, or public goals. Resilience. Expect failure. Bounce back faster. Quote. You will never always be motivated. You have to learn to be disciplined. Remember, consistency is a muscle. Use it or lose it. Daily acts of consistency that change lives. Writing 1 paragraph daily. Full novel in a year. 10 push-ups daily. Body transformation in 6 months. 5 new English words daily. Fluency in 1 year. Posting 1 video weekly. YouTube growth. Saving $5 per day. $1,825 per year. Reading 2 pages a night. 12 books per year. Practicing gratitude every morning. Mindset. Overcoming resistance. What about days when you don't feel like it? That's when consistency matters most. Battle-tested tips. Lower the bar. Do the minimum. 1 sentence. 1 push-up. Don't skip twice. Missing once is okay. Twice breaks the habit. Forgive quickly. Shame stops progress. Recommit every morning. Your 30-day consistency plan. Now, let's get practical. Choose 1 habit, just 1. Plan. Name the habit. Anchor it to a cue. Choose the time of day. Track it with a calendar. Celebrate daily. Share with someone. Closing message. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. You now understand that consistency isn't about magic, motivation, or miracles. It's about small steps taken daily that lead to greatness. Subscribe for more growth content. Comment your 30-day habit below. Share this with someone who needs.
Consistency is more powerful than perfection. One small step a day will take you further than one big step someday.